everyone, I'm Alan, also known as McLaren 2009, and today I'm back playing Derail Valley. I'm picking up where I left off. I have 4 DH4s, 2 of them are on. We need this to go this way. We need that to go that way. I got the cab light on. To apply the independent brake, kick off the train brake, and let's get this party started. Okay. Now, in theory, all we've got going on at the moment is just we have a logistics mission going to Oil Well Central, which is this one right here, and then we have a freight mission going to City Southwest. Alright, now, I should be lined for the farm. And truthfully, this is all downhill right here. So, let's kill the throttle. Alright, as you can see, we've only got one smokestack. We only have 2 engines on, just the front 2. Now, since only 2 engines are running, the dynamic brake, we're going to have less dynamic brake, so this might not be the most effective method. Alright, so the last time that I played was Saturday, maybe Sunday, probably just Saturday, I don't remember. But last time that I played, I had a bit of a mishap, and I was using the remote. I had it out sitting on the desk here, and the reason I did that was so that I could get it to recharge. I thought it would have to be like on, maybe? No, I have it on full. So yeah, I thought it would have to be on in order for it to stay charging. I wasn't 100% sure if I could just leave it off and out and it would still charge. So in order to plan for that, I left it on. But there ended up being a little bit of a problem because you see, there's a bug with some of the engines. Specifically with the DH4, and it might do it with the others, but I don't know for sure. but it just launches things into space. Why is it like that? Alright, I'm not sure what's going on, but... Did we go crazy with the dynamic brake? But yeah, it launched my remote control that was sitting on the desk recharging. It ended up back here in the engine compartment. And then it was just like twisting around. It kept like throttling up, applying the sander, applying the brakes. And it was just like spinning around until I like reached in and grabbed it. So I got it out, and I was able to regain proper control of my engines. But it undoubtedly did some damage. Alright, so we gotta get this out. Alright, we need this. And we need this. Well, actually, we need to put it onto the book or the page for Oil Well Central. Alright, now, we know that because of the weight, the logistics hall is at the very back of the train. So, we're going to pull through Oil Well Central, take off the end of train lantern, and shove back into B6S. Just left the farm, so we're about to head over to the oil well. So, because of that slightly crazy process of having to deal with the remote trying to destroy my train, we're probably gonna have to do some repairs when we get to City Southwest, but we'll deal with that when we get there. Oil well section. Alright, now the thing is, I want to say B6 is all the way over there on the left. And if that's the case, alright. Now, yeah, that would be sketchy in real life. Apparently somebody was saying they don't generally go outside when it's moving. Apparently that's just something we do here in the us. You're supposed to jump off on the engineer's side, but since the switch I need to throw is on the conductor's side, we're going to jump off on this side. Turns out in real life we kind of jump off on the side that's closest to the switch we're using anyway. Alright, so we gotta shove 7 more cars into this track. Well, at least the brakes are on this end. Alright, so we're gonna have to hook up to those and shove them back and in. Shouldn't be too hard. Alright, so go over here to this switch right here, and all of those are lined in, so we just get to this switch, and when the last car passes this point, we're good. Now, it's kind of flat in this yard, so we're not in too much of a risk of the train running away on us. But you always gotta be conscious of stuff like that anyway. Alright, so there are the tankers. Alright, so we get set up right here. Let's do it. Oh, no, that way I've got a screenshot. For if the stream doesn't get broken up into multiple parts. If it stays intact as just one solid stream, I'll upload the VOD to YouTube. If not, it'll end up getting deleted like some of my other ones. But it's not the end of the world. The point is, someone somewhere might feel compelled to watch this time around. I said I would be back this weekend, so I'm back this weekend. I got all scheduled jobs left before I get done with training anyway. Alright, so okay. Grab our lantern. I don't know why that moved. Okay. Alright, now we gotta go into this pretty slow. Because as you can tell, there are some cars over there that need to get moved. And we're gonna get a little wet on this trip. But, as we always say, if it ain't raining, we ain't training. Which now has a double meaning. It didn't when I learned to say that, but now it does. Originally, I learned it in the military, because if it wasn't raining, we're not in the field doing training operations. However, we're playing a train simulator, so if it ain't raining, we aren't running trains. Or craning. I honestly have never heard anybody say something as stupid as that, but in my head it made sense, so we're gonna roll with it. So if you have a problem with it, you don't have to be here. Alright. About 5. Okay. Now, we're going about 5 kilometers an hour. The good news is all we gotta do is remember to cut where the blue car is, because that train doesn't have, or it has a blue car, but it's down there. This one has to get loaded. Okay. I'm not gonna connect air. Alright. Now we go all the way over here. Let's get out of the way. And we're gonna go down to the complete opposite end of the track. We're gonna go down here where this sign is. And the reason we're gonna do it that way is so that we can make sure we get in this track. Oh yeah, we can definitely get 7 cars in here. In fact, if we're being realistic, what we can do is we can spot this car down here by this sign, make the cut, and pull the other cars away towards that end. So we can actually be considerate of the yard workers that come in after us. Just as a thought. Oh. This is the problem. There are 2 sets of cars here. Basically means we just shoved through all of their bricks. Well, we didn't break them. Alright, so that was 2 different cuts of cars. So that's a thing we gotta deal with. We just shoved through that last car's handbrake, so that's a thing. Alright. Now, let's go up here. And actually, we can't pull those apart. There's not enough space. So we're going to leave these shoved all the way clean back to the other sign, and we're going to cut here. Alright. It got screwed up again? Okay, we gotta go fix that. You know what? We'll fix that in a second. Let's go turn this in, then we'll go fix it. What I'm talking about getting messed up is the headlights got swapped again. Every once in a while, you'll swap the direction of the train and the headlights won't change. But then when you switch it back to the direction you were going before, the lights change. So now it's backwards from what you want. Oh. Got anything going to City Southwest? Well, actually, you do. Really? I mean, that's fair. We did kind of break some things. Alright, so we'll deal with that when we get to Oil Wells. We'll deal with that when we get to City Southwest. Alright, but the thing is, we gotta get back over here, and we gotta slap our EOT lantern on the back of this thing. We don't need to, but the way it works in real life, anytime you're going out onto the main line with like any amount of cars, pretty much, you have to have a marker on your train. Alright. It's like, so you go out in public, or you go out onto the main line, you gotta have a marker. Which, realistically, I could have pulled up to this point and put the marker back on. Because I gotta line this switch to get back to the track anyway. Okay. But at least I sort of did the correct thing, and I pulled at least a car length away before putting on the marker. Which, the company that I work for, we have to do that anyway. That might actually be a regulation, not just a company policy. That might actually be a law. But not only do you have to have 50 feet, you have to have 3-step protection, then you put on the marker. Release 3-step protection, get the hell away from the train, and walk back up the cab. It's not a hard process. In fact, I was literally just doing this last night, but with coal cars. Alright, so clear the switch. Alright, now let's flat spot the wheels, because why not? I should have checked to make sure that they were all one solid cut of cars, but I didn't. Because I guess I was lazy. Alright, so we got 2 engines running. The corn's going a little crazy, which is kind of weird because I swear that those look like corn stalks. Alright. Okay. Alright, now, the next place that we're going to need all of this stuff is right around the next corner. Well, not around this corner, but when we get to City Southwest, in order to get into it in an effective way, what I generally try to do is, you look at the map right here, and we're right about here. What you want to do is you want to go up this way and then back in. Makes your life a lot easier to do it that way. That way you don't have to worry about going into the track. Like, this is C2I. So that'll be not the farthest one on the left, but the next one over, because C1 is a runaround track. It's not actually like a storage track, it's literally just a runaround. But the thing is, if you back into the industry, you don't have to worry about running around the train. You're already facing out, so just shove back, push it in there, unhook, and then pull out. And then you're also on the right end to back into the maintenance, into the service track. Does the water move? Yeah, it does. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's kill the throttle. It's not right here that's a problem. It's right there. That area is where we're going to hit bad things. Because I think that has like a 30km/h speed limit. So that's going to make things a little bit interesting for us. Now, in the past, you couldn't come through this area with like MU to DE6s because you'd hit this turn and you'd just break apart. So you came in here going faster than like 20, it was just going to break. Bad things were going to happen. It was not going to be fun for the whole family. But luckily, it appears things have improved slightly. Watch, now that I say that, we're going to go into emergency and fly off the rail, and fly off the rail somehow. Weirder stuff has happened in this game. So far, we're doing good. We're still a little bit slow, but honestly, I didn't think I was getting a time bonus on this job. But I'm pretty sure this was the better paying job that I had access to. Keep it under 30. There, we got one more Y. And then we get to City Southwest. And then, like I said, we go through that Y, and then we shove back into the town. So it's all the process. The trick is, you learn how these things work. And you get better at understanding the job. Like, you get a work order that says, these cars are on this track, they need to be on this track. Make it happen. And then if you're working in like a yard, you'll have a yard master telling you this is how you're going to make it happen. And then you just carry out the plan. But when you're working like a smaller industry, when you're working like an industry or like a customer, something like that, you don't have a yard master telling you what to do and how to do it. You got to come up with the plan yourself. And it's a little bit more difficult, but at the same time, it's also a little bit more interesting. Alright. Okay. Now, I should have gotten out on that side, because if I remember correctly, the switch is on that side. So let's go over here. We're going 20 kilometers an hour, so we're doing fine. Yep, see, there's our switch right there. But the thing is, we don't have to push too hard on the brakes, because this section right here, it goes uphill. What did I just... Oh, I ran through the switch. I don't know why this switch would have been lined that way in the first place. I messed something up when I came through here last. Okay. Oh, you know what? I probably didn't line the switch out of here. It's hard to say. The point is, I ran through the switch because I wasn't paying attention. Alright, going right. Because realistically, if I came out of here and went straight back to the harbor, which I think is what happened, that would mean that I went out that way. So I never touched that track. Hello, welcome to the stream. Alright, so we know where this track is, we know how to get there. Now all we gotta do is just make it happen. If there's a DE6 over here, we might be able to get that. It appears there is. Alright, so we need comm radio. got the MU license. It is extremely useful to have it. I use it all the time. That's why I've got 4 DH4s right now. Of course, I'm going to dump off 2 of those DH4s and replace them with a D6. But I got a feeling that because the remote got launched into the cab or got thrown around in the cab while it was on in the DH4, I probably got some damage to repair on my 4 engines. Alright, so right there is the sign. So all we gotta do is just get the last car, or the head end car, past this point. And I'm tired still. Okay, what's going on? Yeah, it can save some time, but generally only if you do it correctly. Although luckily in that demonstration I showed how to do it correctly and incorrectly. I don't know why my frame rate, died. I'm looking at a slideshow. Okay, that's weird. Also got the shunting license. With my luck, my computer's about to crash. I mean, it doesn't sound like it's gonna explode. Okay. Alright, you know what? Let's do it this way. Okay. There, we'll deal with that for a little while. I think whatever the hell my computer is working on, I'll have to figure out what's going on with it a little bit later. But for now, we're just going to turn down the graphics settings. We'll set the graphics to potato, so we can at least keep playing. Alright. Alright, we stop it right about there-ish. Okay, see, now it changed like it was supposed to. It wasn't before. Alright, so tie that. But you know what we didn't do? We did not grab the EOT lantern off the back. So now we gotta go get it. Alright, put that back. Okay, so now we go over here, disconnect this, close this, get out of there. Okay, can we successfully increase... Okay, yeah, it's fine. Whatever the hell my computer was doing, it's not doing it. Alright, so all is right in the world. Let's go over here. All right. Just missed it by 3 minutes. Oh well. We got 45. We got 44,000 out of it. And there is nothing worth doing. Fantastic. We're probably going out of here light power. Alright, so we gotta get onto this track. Not looking forward to this repair bill. But the sad part is, it's not even my fault. Like, nothing derailed, it was just... I went into a tunnel, and my DH4 just kind of, like, launched things into space. The remote, while still being on, ended up in the engine compartment. So it was just, like, tossing and turning, flipping end over end. Started like messing with the throttle, messing with the brakes, applying the sander. It was like a mess. I literally didn't do it. Alright, so we gotta get past this switch right here. Now, what's going to be interesting is we're going to pull out that DE6. Well, we're going to shove all of these except for one. We're going to keep one. Whichever one's closest in number, we're going to keep that one, and then the other 3 are going onto that track right there. Hello. I'd say it's going okay-ish. I completed both of my jobs. I'm just about to find out how much it's going to cost to repair these DH4s. They've probably got some electrical damage, so that's going to be fun. Okay, it's not close enough. Alright, right about there-ish. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so now we gotta shut off the... We gotta shut these off. Fuel cut off. Okay. I think we're only gonna keep this one. Maybe. But point is, what coal? Oh, it went all right. Went to a power plant, grabbed some empties. It was a good time. Okay. Not too beat up. Alright, so let's get the other two. We wouldn't have even had to deal with the sand if the remote didn't get eaten by the engine. I mean, it doesn't help that I'll occasionally accidentally press the sand button when I don't mean to. But such is life. No, you stop that. Okay. Alright, now... the thing is... let's go look at what this engine number is, because we're going to grab this, and we're going to take it out of here with us. 77. Alright, so what we're going to do... we're going to go up here, and this is 47. Alright, yeah. We're going to keep this one. Alright, so... So, what the current plan is, we're going to take these 3 engines. Actually, we're going to take all 4 engines and we're going to shove them onto this track. We're going to grab that DE6. We're going to bring it out past. And then we're going to slap that first DH4 onto the back of it. And then I think we're probably going to go light power out of here. Let's see, how much money do we got? About 65 grand. Because there aren't really any jobs that are worth doing out here, so we're probably not gonna take a job out of here. We're gonna go head up to the machine factory and see what they got up there. Yes, we haven't derailed anything this stream. In fact, the only derailments I've actually had are when I throw new engines off the turntable at the harbor. Which we might actually go to the harbor. Because the other alternative that I could do is I could hook up these engines, right? I could hook up the engine. I could unload these things, because that's like the only job that even sort of pays out here. Alright, that's good. Let's set this brake right here. Alright, that's good. Alright, so we grab this. Alright. Okay, now we turn this off for the moment, and let's go fire up a DE6. No, I need to go in here. Alright. We'll ignore the fact that the knife switch is being used for the traction motors, and we're just going to roll with it. Alright, open this up. And I gotta remember that of all the weird places, the handbrake is down here. Like, why is the handbrake there? I don't get it. And we just ran through that switch. Basically, we're on a roll. We're just blowing switches left and right. Okay, let's just foul across the script. Alright, now, more than likely, we're going to take these two engines and we're going to run up to the machine factory. And then while we're at the machine factory, we can grab a second D6 and slap it onto the back of this. And then we can have an entire engine consist to do things with. But the reason that we're doing it this way is because the DH4 is remote capable, the DE6 is not. Okay. Just love tap the DE6 and call it a day. Okay. Let's grab this. Oh, that's bright. Okay. Okay. Now, what we could do is we could grab the we could do the extra job of unloading those, or we could just not even bother. Right now, I'm leaning towards the not even bother. Okay, we got $61,000. So let's grab our engines that are now both off, and we're fouling this crossing too, so why not? handbrake. Release the handbrake. I mean, sure, we're fouling a crossing, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, now we get past this switch, and crossing for that matter, and we go and take our happy asses up to the machine factory. Because up there we will undoubtedly get a job that's worth doing. Maybe. Probably not, but it's a nice thought. The irony being, I'm pretty sure 77 was my second DE6 that I had running with me in my old save. That old save is long gone, but oh, and you know what the best part is? The DE6 isn't even running. It's like I didn't even start the DE6. Let's go north. The interesting thing is there's only a light on the engineer side. No light for the conductor. No light for the trainee. No love. Oh well. Such is life. There's the cab fan. At least the bell sounds right in this one. Alright. We are light power going to the machine factory. I still think these two are supposed to be reversed. Like, the throttle should be there and the dynamic brake should be there. But it's whatever. So, this is all in the interest of finding a better job at the machine factory. Then we find another engine, we find a better job. And the good thing about doing it the way that I'm gonna do it, where we have the engines back to back coupled at the long hood end, we don't have to spin power. We just walk to the other engine. It's like we go to the other end and we're good. Yeah, the DE6 is just a beast. I really like the DE6 personally. And I actually really like the DH4 too. It's pretty good. It's kind of like the DE2 on steroids. And that'll take you over to the goods factory eventually. Oh no, that'll take you to the food factory. My mistake. Alright. So yeah, plan is slap another DE6 on the end, on the tail end facing back. So basically we're just going to pull it straight out of the roundhouse, slap it on the end, and call it good. Then we don't have to spin power. We just run around the crane so that whatever way we're going out, we just put the engines on that end and run with whichever engine is facing forward at the time. So just like we do in real life. Really short trip to get to the machine factory. But what we need to do is grab a second engine, well, technically a third engine, grab a second DE6, get a job, and pull it out of here. Maybe there'll be a couple of like yard jobs we can do to rack up some money, because we're gonna need hazmat 2. Which one doesn't do a whole lot. But it's whatever. Okay, now we go right here. Where the hell did it go? Alright. That's a problem. It was in my inventory and now it's not. What? Why is that facing that? Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Alright, something's off. Okay. Alright, that was a little bit weird. Alright, now we find out which one of these... Oh, there's an 060. Everybody's having all kinds of problems finding them. I lucked out into one right there. I ain't even got the license for the damn thing. Alright, so... let's find a good one. 97... and 11. Alright, 97 is. Didn't know they would spawn here. Okay. Alright. Come on. There we go. That was one. Alright. So, turn this, turn that. So, this. Okay. Okay. Now what we gotta do is just get this thing onto the turntable, and all is right in the world. Sort of. Alright, now we gotta go a little bit this way. And now, in theory, we have all of the engines we're gonna need. let's not run through this switch. Let's get over here at the conductor side door. Or let's just get on the hood. That'll be fine. That. Turns out it's not quite like a truck. Wait, let me explain that, because that's not going to sound right at all. What I mean by that is probably the better comparison would have been to say the DM3. But by putting it into notch 1, and then we got up to like 20 kilometers an hour, which doesn't seem all that fast, but it sort of is. The inverse is this means that the DH4 will be facing backwards relative to the rest of the train. Problem is okay, we're good. Okay, I thought there was something wrong with the node, but realistically there's no reason you would ever combine the receipt with one of the carabiner slots. Alright, so grab this right here, grab this right here, and go up here, and get over here, and we're going to line this switch right here so that it's lined back into the roundhouse. Okay. And we didn't quite go far enough. Okay, now, since apparently some things got realigned, because I can't think of a single reason why I would line the switch to go to the roundhouse, because I didn't go to the roundhouse last time. So something's off since I reset my game. Wow, the DH4 is taller than the DE6. Now that's wild. Alright, so we got 2 D6s and 1 DH4. We're not doing too bad, but the thing is, we gotta get a job. $97, $47, $77. Now, the thing is, my remote control is missing. Alright, at least that's lined into the C track. Yeah, C-track. Alright, so we're going to get to the lead over here, and that's where we're going to stop. And then we're going to run over to the station office. We're going to stop right here. Alright, there's our engine. Okay. And are we clear of the crossing? Actually, we are. Now that's impressive, or at least it would be if I did it on purpose. Alright. Alright, so we gotta walk over and see if we can find a job going somewhere good. See auto racks. That could be a good sign. Maybe. Tractors, those are undoubtedly going to the farm. The auto racks are probably going to the harbor. What's interesting is because You don't see it like on every type of track, but you'll be like walking along and you'll see distributed engines in between the cars. Alright, now the office should be over here. There should be a green light, but it's kind of hard to see it in the fog. But the thing is, we gotta go into Lost and Found because we need our remote control that got yeeted out of existence. So that's something we gotta deal with. Yay. Okay, we got our switch back, or we got our remote back. Tractors, food factory. Really? We came all this way and that's all you're giving me? We got a shunting job to unload some gasoline, and then we got a freight haul taking tractors to the harbor. Which is interesting because don't tractors normally go to City Southwest? Or not City Southwest, the farm? Unload and store diesel. Unload and store gasoline. Alright, so those are probably what we're going to work on. But let me check. What are my fees looking like? Alright, well, we're not worried about that right now. Okay. So, what we've done in this stream, I picked up where I left off the last time that I played. I came down to Oil Well Central, dropped off a logistics job, went to City Southwest, dropped off a freight job, got a couple of dollars, dumped off 3 of my DH4s, and replaced them with 1 DE6, came up light power and went to the machine factory, grabbed a second DE6 and got in position to work on some jobs here at the machine factory. More than likely what we're going to do is we'll get the gasoline and diesel jobs, and then we'll take the tractors back to the harbor. And that'll be what I work on next stream. But this seems like as good of a stopping point as any. So, this has been Derail. Hang on a second. Before we do that, let's get rid of this freaking thing, because I don't want it anymore. That's going away. We're not dealing with that. Now let's go right here. Let's save this. Overwrite the save. So yeah, this has been Derail Valley. Thank you all for watching, and hopefully you have a nice day.